It's your misfortune and not mine. Yippee-ki-yi-yo, get along, little donkeys. You know that Wyoming will be your new home.
Life on the Red Horse Ranch.
In 1935, a new syndicated radio serial called Life on the Red Horse Ranch took to the airwaves. The series was the brainchild of Arthur B. Church, who owned KMBC. Church was an early radio enthusiast. In 1914, he helped create 9WU, an experimental wireless ham station at Graceland College in Lamoni, Iowa. By 1926, he was a member of the National Association of Broadcasters. While working closely with the organization, he was able to do committee work with radio pioneer David Sarnoff, then general manager of RCA, with station KLDS. The following year, KLDS became the Midland Broadcasting Company and changed its call letters to KMBC. KMBC joined CBS in 1928 as the 16th affiliated station. Life on Red Horse Ranch may be the most widely remembered radio work for the 8-piece Western musical act, the Texas Rangers. Several individual members of the group were working as writers, actors, and musicians for KMBC in early 1927. They merged as a group and found themselves on a sustaining CBS program in 1932. Life on Red Horse Ranch was a mix of song and dramatic storyline, with the Rangers playing both roles.
We are at the Red Horse Ranch. Alabama, foreman of the ranch, Tex Owens, Arizona, and all the rest of the outfit are down in the bunkhouse, resting from a hard day in the saddle. Sam Carter, owner of the Red Horse, has announced that his daughter, Rose Carter, will soon be home from school in the East, and the boys are all mighty happy. As we join them, they're singing one of their favorite songs of the open range.
At a flea brew from the cattle chute, press along to the big corral. He ought to be branded on his new. Press along to the big corral. Press along, cowboy, press along with a cowboy yell. Press along with a noise, big noise, press along to the big corral. Press along, cowboy, press along with a cowboy yell. Press along with a noise, big noise, press along to the big corral.
Boys, I don't recollect ever hearing you sing that song better. What's got into you, anyhow?
I reckon you know that already, Alabama. It's going to be like old times here on the Red Horse Ranch before long.
Sure, I know, Bob, and so do all the boys. It seems like the sun went plumb out when Rose went off back east to school, and now she's coming home.
Yes, sir. Well, when's she getting back, Alabama?
Sometime at the end of this week, I hear.
Well, she couldn't get here any too quick to suit me.
I hope you don't count on shining up to Rose when she gets back, Arizona.
No, it ain't that. I just figure her dad'll get off his high horse once she's around again. Don't seem like we do nothing right for him around this ranch no more. He sure laid it into me and Tenderfoot this evening when we come in.
Was Dad riding you again, Tenderfoot?
Well, yes. He seemed to think Arizona and I should have finished up fixing that south fence today.
Yeah, it sure don't do you no good to run foul of Dad Carter these days.
Well, Dad Carter's all right, Arizona. Like as not, if it had been some other rancher, we'd all be riding the chuck lines right now.
Yeah, Dad sure had a heap of trouble since Rose left. Lost half his herd last winter. Why, we won't be able to round up enough cattle to mow and pay the interest on his loan on this ranch.
Oh, we ain't got nothing to holler about. Sight of Dad Carter, believe me.
Sure we ain't. But that ain't no talk for right now anyhow with Rose coming home. Let's have some more music, you cowpokes.
What'll it be, Alabama?
Well, if that jug of yours is empty, you might tutor something on that. Get your fiddle, Tenderfoot. Montana, land into that squeeze box, boy. And Arizona, grab your banjo and forget your troubles. Let's go now.
During the same period, the Rangers entered the recording studio. They laid down 8 tracks in the summer of 1934, the most famous of which was Cattle Call, a tune penned by Tex Owens, who was given the moniker of the original Texas Ranger. The whole outfit came to the attention of the J. Sterling Getchell Advertising Agency. On March 30th, 1935, the agency signed a contract with KMBC to use the series for their client, Saucony Vacuum. The KMBC staff had 2 weeks to deliver the first 26 episodes. The entire series was recorded in a 4-day period. Each actor was paid $50 per day and recorded as many as 16 episodes in a single sitting. After 4 days' work, each actor banked what would be today $3,674.
I tell you, Arizona, if you worked half as hard as you play that fool banjo, the big boss wouldn't have no trouble with you.
Oh, shucks. The only place I saw you today was down there in the corral talking to that bronc of yours.
Ain't that the truth? Miss Rose will be plenty jealous of that horse when she gets back, the way you've been making up to it.
Oh, hang it, Bob. Can't a fella train a horse without getting joked about it all the time?
Well, if you call training a horse to sit on the fence and talk to it like you would a 2-year-old kid, I'll trade my jackknife for a billy goat.
Well, I'm going to show you boys something one of these days.
Alabama, I told you when you brought that cayuse in off the range, and I'm a-saying it again.
What?
No man's ever going to ride him. I can tell a wild horse when I see one.
I'll ride him when the time comes, and you can place your bets where you like. All I ask you is that you keep your hands off of him.
You don't need to tell me that. I don't hanker for that bronc to hand me no souvenirs.
Something tickling your ribs, Tex?
Well, I just thought if you'd tell us when you was going to ride that roan, we could send Tenderfoot to town to get some more liniment for you.
Well, you boys can do your laughing now, but someday you're going to find out.
Better sing something for Alabama Tech, just to calm him down a little.
Why, sure. Well, I'll see just what I can do for him. Hey, shut that door. Was you raised in a barn?
Good evening, Mr. Carter.
Well, Arizona, I figured you and Tenderfoot being your bunks by this time. You're getting up bright and early to fix that fence.
Come on in, Mr. Carter, and sit with us for a spell. We were just having a little music before hitting the hay.
Was that you strumming on the guitar, Tex?
Might as well admit it, Mr. Carter. We're all feeling mighty good, hearing that Rose is going to be back with us on the Red Horse Ranch.
Yes, Rose is coming home to her old dad. I don't know how I ever got along without her. Go ahead, Tex. That's what I come down here for, to hear you boys sing.
All right, I'll sing this one for you.
This is audio from the first episode of the series. Life on Red Horse Ranch followed the exploits of the ranch hands, voiced by the Texas Rangers, Sam Carter, owner, and his daughter Rose. The ranch hands double as detectives. They investigated mysterious gunshots, chased down cattle rustlers, raced horses, and all the while sung songs. Of the 15 minutes of airtime, only 5 went to story development. The rest went to music and commercial spots. Eventually, internal interest in continuing the show with KMBC waned, and its recordings were put into storage. Meanwhile, the Texas Rangers continued on radio until 1950, appearing on Gene Autry's Melody Ranch and Hawk Larrabee. But this series provides great insight to production qualities at a small network-affiliated station in the 1930s. All but one of the recorded episodes are available for listening today.